Hi everyone. Today I am going to be listening to a band called Massive Attack, and well, I have the sound file in front of me, and judging by the sound waves, the music visual here, it looks rather massive, so perhaps I'll need to strap on my seatbelt. But I have a few things to read first, so I'll read and then we'll listen. Massive Attack are an English trip-hop collective formed in 1988 in Bristol. So kind of more in the classics era. Massive Attack's awards include a Brit Award for Best British Dance Act, 2 MTV Europe Music Awards, and 2 Q Awards. They have released 5 studio albums that have sold over 13 million copies worldwide. Protection is their second studio album, released on the 26th of September 1994. In 2011, Rolling Stone ranked Protection at number 51 on its list of the 100 best albums of the 90s. The album is also listed in the book 1001 Albums You Must Hear Before You Die. Oh, maybe I need to get that book. Maybe I need to be... I have a lot to listen to. Anyway, let's listen to this now.
Some shelter, but you don't believe anyone can help her. She's doing so much harm, doing so much damage, but you don't want to get involved. You tell her she can't manage, now you can't change the way she feels, but you could put your arms around her. But could you forgive yourself if you left her just the way you found her? I'll stand in front of you, I'll take the force of the blow. Protection.
So this is very heavy on the drums, and it feels like a dance piece, something that wants to get you moving. But I'm sitting here and I'm concentrating on what I'm hearing in the harmonic sequence behind all of this wall of drums, or this massive attack, shall we say? And I am focused, and I'm enjoying hearing this slow descending line. Bum, bum. It's almost chromatic, although there are a couple places where it's not quite chromatic. And the kind of harmonically complex feeling that all that dissonance adds as it flows together, blends together. Behind these kind of in-your-face percussion elements, we have this wash of color behind that's just washing different shades, kind of like a watercolor mix, and it blends together and it carries us down a little bit, descending. It's a little bit melancholy, I would say, and adds an element of darkness to this piece of music, which clearly is meant to make us dance and get moving. And it's an interesting contrast of moods and artistic expression here. You hear that in the background.
I'll take the force of the blow. Protection. You're a boy and I'm a girl, but you know you can lean on me. And I don't have no fear. I'll take on any man here who says that's not the way it should be.
And as I'm listening to this whole mix of rhythm and kind of drone harmonies in the background, a little bit of if I stay with the watercolor scenario, then we have little blotches of color, bright color, bing, 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 kind of adding something more than just the wash that's going on. And beyond all that, over all that, above all that, in front of all that is this voice and the melody, which is kind of meditative, and it sings a nice line melody, and then it pauses, lets you reflect on it for a minute, and then we go on to the next line. We reflect on that for a minute, and I'm thinking, where is this putting us, other than just the dance element? What is this doing to how we process and perceive the piece of music? And it's really putting us towards the lyrics. There's enough texture, there's enough depth and variety, dimension in the music, so that we're not bored, but it's not really taking us somewhere musically. It's setting up a platform on which we can reflect on and process what's happening in the lyrics. And so I find myself following the lyrics quite closely here, and it's interesting to see how it's shifting the paradigm. We start out, this girl I know needs some shelter. We're talking about a girl that needs some shelter. And then, I stand in front of you. I'll take the forces of blow. I'm a girl. You're a boy, and I'm a girl. Sorry, it's a lot of text I have to read through because I don't have it memorized. You're a boy, and I'm a girl. Okay, that's the next scenario. And then a little bit later, after we meditate on that whole angle, we hear, she's a girl and you're a boy. And we start thinking, okay, is this I'm a girl the same as she's a girl? Are we speaking first person, third person about the same individual? Or are we talking two different girls and a boy? And we start to build an image in our mind of what is going on here. But then, about the time we get comfortable with that, suddenly we get to, I've got a baby of your own. Well, that's kind of a strange line to bring in. And when your baby's grown, she'll be the one to catch you when you fall. And then we come to, you're a girl and I'm a boy. The picture has shifted again. And so it gets us really thinking about relationships, connections, all of this. And all of it is centered around this theme of protection. Protection. Take the forces of blow, protection. But more than that, well, we haven't even gotten to the end of the song yet, but it's a long song, so I feel like we should follow it as we're going. More than that, going back to the beginning, you can't change the way she feels, but you could put your arms around her. The idea that protection is more than just taking the force of a blow. Protection is reaching out and caring for the person who is struggling. Could you forgive yourself if you left her just the way you found her? This idea of everywhere we go, every person we meet, don't we want to leave them in a better condition than when we met them? Don't we want to have had a positive impact on every individual, every situation, every room we enter? To have be meaningful, positively beneficial to the world around us. Isn't that what we should be striving for? And so I feel that this is kind of getting us to consider all of the different angles of that, regardless of the relationship connection, whether I'm a girl or a boy, or you're a girl or a boy or a baby or whatever, but the idea that we should each care for the other and all care for one another. And, well, let's see how it ends up, because I'm only partway through the song, but that's what is, the music is sending me towards the lyrics, and that's what I'm finding in the lyrics at this point.
You're a girl and I'm a boy. You're a girl and I'm a boy. Yeah. You're a girl and I'm a boy. You're a girl and I'm a boy. Sometimes you look so small, you need some shelter. Running around and around, held too scared to. And I leaned on you for years. Now you can lean on me, and that's more than love. That's the way it should be. Now I can't change the way you feel, but I can
Nice
put
sentiment,
my
isn't it?
arms around you. That's just part of the deal.
That's just part of the deal.
That's the way I feel. I'll put my arms around you and stand in front of you and take the force of the blow. Protection. I'll stand in front of you. I'll take the force of the blow. Protection.
So as it was moving towards the end, and we were in this long period of just basically the accompaniment to the voice without the voice, and it's just going on and on and on, and I started thinking, where is this taking us? And it's pulling me in, and it's kind of wrapping itself around me, and I began to feel like I was well, two ideas. Of course, I started to hear the rain falling outside, which means I'm inside. I'm in a warm, safe, cozy place. But the way the percussion was working and all the subdued elements of the instrumentation also made me feel a bit like I was almost living inside a heart, you know, and I could hear the rhythm, the pulse of the heartbeat around me, all around me. And it's kind of a nice image, isn't it? I think it was right as far as the message of the lyrics overall, but as I follow it through to the end, I also feel like one of the things it's really pointing out is it's not about gender roles. It's not about who in a relationship should step up or fill a certain role. It's about each one of us as human beings, whether we are the child or the adult or the boy or the girl, or no matter what part of society we find ourselves in, or what part of a relationship we find ourselves in, if we see that the other is in need of an arm around them, or someone in front of them to break the blows of life, then, well, if you can do something about it, you have a responsibility towards it. In other words, if you see something and there's something you can do to provide that protection or that help, well then, step up to bat. It's your job. You're there. And I feel like that's really the message of the piece. It's a good reminder of our basic human responsibility towards each other. And it's set in this very interesting to me way of making it more meditative and subdued rather than a call to action, and just causing us to reflect on, oh yeah, I'm a human being. I have some responsibilities towards the other human beings around me, don't I? And I should make sure I fulfill those, shouldn't I? That's kind of how it strikes me, and a good message for a piece that is meant to be entertainment, to get us dancing, socializing, and absorbing this message in the meantime. So that is my first exposure to Massive Attack, and I have to say it actually wasn't as massive as the sound graph made me expect. So I enjoyed it, and I'm sure I'll come back to them at some point in the future. That was their Protection. I'll see you soon.